Yo, what's going on? It's King T. We back with another video on Home Sweet Home Survive. Welcome back, everybody. And in this video, I will be explaining all of the survivor perks to you guys. Super excited to do this, and I'm curious if you guys would like to see a Spectre perk explained video. And if you would like to see that, make sure you leave a comment down below so I can go ahead and get started on that video for you. Make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up, and also make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified the next time that I post another Home Sweet Home Survive video. So the first perk we're going to talk about is adrenaline. And the definition for adrenaline says if HP is less than 50%, movement speed increases. And so basically what that means is like once your health get down below 50%, you'll notice these like small blue dots falling off of you. And that's the adrenaline working, and it's giving you a little bit more speed and ability to move around without having to use Shift W. It's a pretty good perk. It's a pretty good perk. I use it all the time, especially on the characters that have like lower stamina. You know, like Ong or Nipa or Zebing. All of these characters have low stamina, so you usually focus your builds towards their weaknesses. And so if they have low stamina, adrenaline is usually a good perk to have. Next we have Door Slam. And Door Slam says using doors or leaving lockers and wardrobes when the specter is standing in front can stun the specter. So this is a pretty good perk, especially like to meme. You can meme really good with this perk because a lot of times specters will not be expecting this. And so yeah, you can have fun memeing with this one for sure. Next we have Focus. Perfect success area becomes wider when performing a skill check. I definitely think that this perk is helpful for people that are trying to get used to the skill checks. I've even used it still after, I've played 100 hours or whatever, and I still use Focus because, sometimes, certain characters, it seems like the skill checks come around like faster for them. And so this gives you an opportunity to be able to, slow it down or give you a few more seconds to react and still get that perfect skill check. So definitely a pretty good perk. I feel like it is more of a beginner perk or just somebody that would like to, get better at skill checks. Next, we have Lucky Shot. Gives 10% chance that weapons durability will not reduce. This perk is great for the people that like to take the fight to the Spectre for sure. I use this a lot on off. I use it on him because he has bare hand and his cooldown is like super quick. And so, yeah, I use Lucky Shot on him. I use Lucky Shot on Tim. I've done that before. I've used Lucky Shot on Own before. It's just kind of a fun thing to do. But yeah, Lucky Shot is definitely a good perk. It's one of the. It's not top tier perk, but it's definitely up there. Cause it's pretty reliable. Like I've had Lucky Shot proc for me like multiple times back to back. Or if you get in those dire situations and you just kind of need to fight your way out, you might get lucky. I played Spectre once, and I was going against a Z-Bing, and the Z-Bing had like multiple ratans on her, and her Lucky Shot just kept hitting every time. Like, and so I've seen what Lucky Shot can do, and I definitely think it's a great perk. And yeah, if you haven't already bought it, you definitely should buy it. Then we have Master of Herald, and this is one of the newer perks, but it's still pretty good. Master of Herald, you hop in the locker while you're being chased by the Spectre, and then they get close, and they stand in front of it, and you open the locker before they can, break it. You can stun them for a few seconds, and so that can give you an opportunity to recover some of your stamina. That can give you an opportunity to get away. So it's a nice little trick. It's not top tier perk, but it's definitely something to have fun with. Herald is reduce cooldown of active perk by 30%. It's a very good perk, especially it's really only for Tim, Yuri, off. This is for people that particularly have a perk that will have a cooldown on it. So like Jane's perk does not have it, Pay does not have it because their perks just work either one time or they work all of the time, but there's no repetitive use of it. So Master of Health is really a special perk for those characters, but if you have them and you have the bullet coins to buy it, definitely buy this one. I use it on Tim mainly. I use it on Yuri too, but and I barely use it on Off just because Off, man, his cooldown is just so quick. So you really don't even need it. You could use something else instead. So, but definitely a great perk. And if you have the bullet coins to buy it, you should buy it. And especially if you have those characters. If you don't have those characters, well, I think you automatically get Tim. But Yuri and off, you have to buy those. If you have those characters and you use them, you should definitely buy this. Next, we got Sharp Eye. Gain more progress bar bonus when successfully performing perfect success. When you hit the perfect skill check, it'll give you a little more progress on your bar. So that's definitely helpful, especially if you really good at hitting those perfect skill checks. I mean, even if you're not good at it, but you just happen to get one, that little bit definitely helps. Great perk. You see a lot of the more experienced players using this just because they already know. Like I said, anybody can use it. I use it from time to time. It's not one of my main perks, but it's definitely a top tier perk. Speaking of top tier perks, we got Short Prey. Now, Short Prey is a great perk. It's one of the newer perks, but it is definitely a great perk. Reviving time is reduced by half. I believe reviving people takes about 8 seconds, and with this, you revive them in 4 seconds. The reason this perk is so good is because you can get yourself into some real down bad type situations. It'd be you and somebody else left, but that other person needs to be, resurrected or whatever. You go ahead, decoy the Spectre enough to get you to a couple seconds to get him back in. Y'all back in the game. You know what I'm saying? So definitely a game changer. Or if you just want to go ahead and even if it's on some regular circumstances, game just started, somebody died, you want to go ahead and just res them real fast, you can just go ahead and res them and get back in the game. So definitely a top tier perk for sure. Top 5. This perk, you don't even need to be a higher level player to use this perk. Anybody can use this, and it can help your teammates out tremendously because now that's less time, that y'all have spent, or less time before the Spectre can get to you. Because some people do tunnel, or they soul camp or something like that, or they just go after the people that have souls. And so if you can knock that out real fast, that'd be a benefit to everybody. So definitely a great perk. If you had a bullet coins, definitely purchase this. Sturdy. This perk will activate only once. If HP is higher than 1, incoming damage that will be fatal will leave 1 HP instead. Sturdy is the best perk in the game. The best. And the reason why is because you get an extra hit. So no matter who you are, whether you be on with the best health in the game or if you're Nipa with the worst health in the game, Sturdy definitely gives you an extra chance. Basically, you just get extra hit. I use this on anybody. That extra hit means so much. That extra hit sometimes will be the difference between you exiting through the portals or being executed by the Spectre. That's the difference between that. Or the difference between you dying before the rituals are completed and you holding on until the rituals are completed and you get some extra health. Sturdy is the best perk in the game. If you haven't bought a single perk yet, if you're new to this game and you have not bought a single perk yet, buying Sturdy, that should be first on the list. Sturdy is just that good, so you need Sturdy in your life. Another great perk, but not the best perk, is Superhero Landing. Take no damage when dropping from high grounds, and you have a cooldown of 80 seconds. So this perk is also a really great perk. I'd say you can use this on roughly any map, and it can be beneficial to you. So no fall damage at all when you have this perk. With a cooldown of 80 seconds, you can still manage to use that multiple times in chase if you know how to maneuver around. Superhero Landing is also a great perk, so this is definitely another perk that anybody should have. I use this a lot, especially if I run builds that have it's specifically targeted towards chases and stuff. I might do adrenaline, Superhero Landing, or whatever, but I'll make sure I had it in there because it's great in chases, especially when you play on maps like the hospital map. The hospital map has certain drop downs that are really strong. The junkyard has really strong drop downs. And then you also do this really cool animation when you drop down too. So it really makes you drop down like a superhero. So it's really cool. Definitely a top tier perk, top 5. Or if not top 5, definitely one of the top. Take a rest. Stamina will recover faster while crouching. This perk is a great perk, but it is not a top tier perk. And the reason I say that is because if you're in chase, which is really one of the main times you need to recover your stamina, because if you're not in chase, you're probably not going to be using your stamina, not unless you need to go res somebody or something like that. And so this is a very situational thing. This is something that you would have to really have to go after if you want to be able to use this while you're in chase. Because if a Spectre is on your ass, you know what I'm saying, usually you have to keep going forward, and with this perk, you have to stop for a few seconds. And now it does recover stamina faster. For sure, it definitely recovers stamina faster. It's just you have to be able to put yourself in that position to use it. So maybe you can kind of crouch down in the middle of chase or something like that. If you manage to be able to pull it off, it can be worth it for sure. But it's a great perk if you know how to use it, or if you manage to be able to pull it off. But if not, maybe you should use a different perk. Thread expert. Holy String Trap progress bar will be reduced by half. This perk is an excellent perk. Top 5, maybe not, but it still is a great perk. This is great for people that already find like a lot of string traps anyway. Like if you always looting chests and you manage to, this probably happens to most people. And if you're, a little more confident in your abilities, maybe you running sturdy and threat expert. Do you still have something to kind of like protect you, or a superhero land or something to put along with this. This is a great perk to use. I use this from time to time. Maybe I might run a looting build, so I'll do treasure hunter, you know what I'm saying, or I'll do threat expert or whatever, something like that. But it works really well, and sometimes you don't even get skill checks for it, so you can just set it up and just keep moving. Like, it's definitely a great perk. I wouldn't buy this first though. I would not buy this first, but I will definitely buy this. And then speaking of treasure hunter, while opening item chests, progress bar will be shorter. So this has been a conversation for a while. Some people say it really doesn't do much. As you can see, it doesn't say specifically how much smaller the progress bar will be. I do feel like it works. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be debatable. That's something that you would probably have to check out yourself and see if it's worth it to you before though. Especially when I want to go around looting and getting items for everybody, I'll use it, and you'll see people use it too. Like people use it a lot, but they haven't released exactly like the specific facts. Like you know how progress bar will be reduced by half, or it doesn't say that on here, so we don't know specifically what it is. But you can roll the dice on it, buy it, and if you happen to have all of the basic perks, if you have sharp eye, if you have short prey, if you have sturdy, it could be good to put this in there too, and then test it out and see how you like it. So that's all of the perks in alphabetical order. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Big thank you to everybody that's been supporting the channel so far. Definitely expect more Home Sweet Home Survive videos in the future. Don't forget to make sure you like this video. Make sure you leave a comment down below if you would like to see me do a all Spectre perks explain video. Let me know down below. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can be notified every time that I post a new video. And also make sure you follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/KingTGames. See you in the next video.